Welcome back to another episode of Toxicos Podcast, your dear favorite podcast. Today we have a special guest. But before we get into the guest, to my right, I got the one, the only CEO DX.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Toxicos Podcast. Like Felipe said, there's a great guest here today. But before him, one more person right here, Don Brandilon, is in the building.
Que traza, mi raza. I hope everyone's having an amazing, beautiful day. I hope whatever you're doing, God is blessing every step of your way.
Hell yeah.
Antes de todo, well, I want to start out by saying Felipe is only right if you introduce the guest, hype him up. Tell us a little facts about him.
Man. Today we have the honor of having Raul Rosas Jr.
Yeah.
What up, Pops? Man, bro, it's an honor to have you here, bro. We really want to know your story, who you are as a person. You're a funny motherfucker, but you're strong. And thank you so much for not breaking my arm today. Appreciate it, bro.
Nah, hell yeah, bro. You surprised me, bro. That shit. But it's crazy, bro. Like, I feel like when somebody like actually tries, you know, like when you're fighting, like kind of fighting for your life, bro, you just like your natural instincts just kick in, huh?
But mira, déjate pregunto algo. So this Felipe came in and he's like, yo, we grappled a little bit, this and this.
Yeah.
He's like, he didn't take me down.
He said I got the best of him.
but he did say if he was in a street fight, you would have f***ed him up.
Yeah, 100%.
Is this true or not?
110%. You know, like, fucking Brad be walking around like, man, I'm 260. That motherfucker rock Brad too.
Really? Even Brad?
Oh, yes.
Easy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what I do, you know?
He humble with it. I like that.
He humble.
Yo, you're actually, if I'm not mistaken, you are the youngest UFC fighter,
Yeah.
right? And you were the youngest debut fighter and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, how did that start? How did you, was it at an early age, que te valió verga, and you're like, man, I don't give a fuck about anything. I just want to fight. Like, how did you get into that environment?
Well, my dad started fighting, bro. One time he was drunk, you know? Well, a little bit. He was drinking.
Yeah.
And but he was a boxer in Mexico, you know. But he didn't know shit about MMA. And we went to some show, but some show, you know. I mean, it wasn't shitty, but you know. And last minute, somebody pulled out from the card, and they were like, "Oh, nobody wants to fight this guy." My dad was like, "Oh, I'll fight," you know. So when I saw him fight, bro, I just liked it, bro. I just got hooked into it, you know. Like, oh, this looks fun. And then I told my dad, like, oh, I want to do this. Hey, luego, I'm a kid that can't stay sitting down. So when I would go watch him at practice, I didn't want to just sit down and watch him. You know, I was like, I want to do it. So I started doing it with my brothers, bro. And then after that, I saw a video like kids fighting. You know, so I was like, oh, I can fight already. Like,
How
I
old were
don't
you
gotta
at this
wait.
time?
I was 7.
Okay,
So
7.
when I was 8, I had my first fight. We found like some promotion that does kids. And after that, bro, I just started fighting, you know, got into it more.
Quick question.
And,
Well, when you say fighting, you mean boxing or you were doing
MMA,
already
MMA.
Oh, at 8 years old, you were already doing MMA.
Yeah, and then just to stay active, I would do like pure grappling tournaments. I did a boxing, a couple boxing, a couple kickboxing fights, and but mainly like my focus was on MMA, you know. And I was doing soccer at the time too, but when I got like around 11, I was like, okay, I'm either gonna dedicate my whole life into soccer and try to become the best at it, or MMA, and I ended up choosing MMA.
When did you realize that you were like better than other kids, or you were like, you know, you stood out and you noticed it?
Because I don't know, like I'm always hella competitive, so kids my age, like not trying to be cocky, but when I would go to tournaments, it was kind of easy, you know. So when I was 13, I started competing with adults, like above 18, because you know they asked you for your age, but I would say I was 18 to, because I didn't want to pay $100 to compete with somebody my age and then win in like 10 seconds, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I prefer to get, you know,
Wanna
even if I
challenge
lose,
yourself,
a
yeah.
challenge, you know, for $100. So yeah, bro, I started like.
Isn't it crazy how like usually kids lie about their age so they can play easier, and he over here like, nah, man, I gotta get the competitive edge.
Being 13 going against 18-year-olds, I mean, it's a big ass gap, bro.
That's crazy.
That's
bro.
7 years apart. That's insane. So, your family was born in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
You were born in
the
New
US.
Mexico, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So, growing up and everything, like, what did your parents want you to be? Like, were your parents already locked in on you doing MMA?
Nah, bro. Honestly, they didn't even think of nothing that's happening right now and shit. They supported us with whatever. Like my mom wanted me to study a career and shit. But they just told us the advice. They were like, we're not gonna choose for y'all. Just whatever y'all choose, put your all into it and make sure to become the best. And then, like I said, I was a kid that wouldn't like to stay still. So I would go to work with them, you know, here and there. When I was on my free time, I would go to work, and they worked at a dairy.
Okay.
You know, so
I think I saw a clip of that.
Oh.
You were at the cash register, right?
Oh yeah, that was another one. That
Oh,
was
is
another
that-
one.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but they would work at a dairy, es como ordeñando vacas and shit,
Yeah.
like cows and shit. And that shit's hard, bro. Like I would work for like the whole shift, you know, and that shit's hard, bro. And I would see like everything they were going through to give us a better life and shit. And then they would tell me like, yeah, you see, you don't want to do this for your, like us, for your whole life, you know. So learn from us and be able to do something better. So I always kept that in mind, bro. COVID hit, we all had to work on the field, bro. I was working on the field for like 2 months, bro. And every time I was in the field since fucking 4 a.m. till 3 p.m.,
Like
bro.
agriculture.
Yeah, grapes.
Damn.
And
bro.
you know, cause it was a hard time during COVID. So, and I wasn't training at the time, bro, cause I would get home so tired, bro. Like from 4 a.m. to I would get home. I would leave home like at 4 a.m. Come back at like 6 p.m. Cause it was like a 1 hour drive, and I didn't have energy to train, bro. And in the field, I would be like, I prefer fucking wasting my energy training, doing something I love, bro, than and then like I would like not trying to look down on people and shit, but I would look around and be like, damn, you know, like I feel bad. These people got to do it for the rest of their lives, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. So that just gave me motivation to put everything, like actually try and do what I love. And that's why I rushed into being the youngest UFC fighter, because I wanted to start making money, bro, and you know, give my parents a better life. So yeah, you know, I don't really think about this shit until my homie like Ricky told me like oh, you should, you know, talk about this shit. But I never really talk about this because I just feel like nobody cares, you know, like.
Nah, bro, that's how
it's
It's
what
motivation.
makes you, it's what makes
Yeah,
your character.
But like me, I never look at the past, you know. I just, you know, enjoy life, and I'm like, yeah, you know, like I don't know.
And I like that about you, but it's also good for you to, like, you know, mention your past. You know why? Because there's a lot of people, especially Hispanics, that can 100% like relate to
it.
You know,
yeah.
their parents also grew up working landscaping, agriculture, construction, and everything, bro. So it's super motivational, bro. Especially, I mean, being 20 years old in the UFC. I mean, not everyone. Not everyone can
Debuting
do
at
that,
17
bro.
though.
Debuting
Yeah.
at 17, dog. That's crazy.
How does that work? But how, like, you know, obviously with soccer, you gotta get a trial, you know, you gotta get signed. How does that work going to the UFC at such a young age, 17, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what were you doing, bro? I was
Yeah,
still
bro.
beating my meat at 17. You
Yeah,
feel
bro, I
me?
was doing the same shit.
I'm still beating my meat now, but like at 17, like, I was going 3 rounds. You feel me?
3 rounds in different occasions, eh?
Yeah, no, like back to back, back to
No,
back.
but
back
I'm
to
saying
back.
like 3 different type of rounds.
He go around like nah. But yeah, bro, how does that happen, bro? Like you just call Dana like, yo, what up, man? I'm 17, I'm ready.
Yeah,
or
how
like
were you
they go
founded?
up to you, yeah.
You gotta get noticed like by amazing performances, finishes, and shit. But I got a manager, you know, when I was 16, and when I saw you could turn pro when you were 17, and I was like, I believed in my skill set, you know. Cause me, I always put a goal and you know, cause I feel like I'm ready. And if I'm not ready, I see how I can get ready for that moment, you know. So I told my manager like, how many fights do I need to get into the UFC? He said 5. And I said, all right. And I fought January, like back to back, like every month, nonstop. And then I was like, okay, here's my 5 fights, 5 finishes. And I had to get signed, like my parents to sign that, like permission and shit in case I get hurt and shit. And everything happened, and then I went into Contender Series, so like trials pretty much, and you know, I just started talking shit, and I just started like doing my thing, bro, and then Dana loved it, so then he signed me, you know.
That's crazy. But how does it feel like to let your nuts hang? You feel me? You let your nuts hang while alive, and you can back it up. Cause there's a lot of motherfuckers. I put myself there too. I let my nuts hang, and I can't back it up. How does it feel, bro? Like you, like I literally, we grappled earlier in the gym, right?
Yeah.
And bro, he was like realistically, bro. And we said it earlier. You know, his boy said it, bro. If he really wanted to, he could kill me.
100%.
Like, he could put me in the chokehold, put me to
GGs.
sleep, and that's it. Like, how does it feel, bro? How your boy said, with great power comes with great responsibility. How does that
I
feel?
went with the Uncle Ben. Motherfucker hit you with the Uncle Ben quote.
Hey. Superman over here. Nah. I feel like talking about like with great power comes great responsibility. I feel like it teaches me to actually be a calm person. You know.
Yeah.
Cause I see like in school, bro. For example, in school, I knew I could like not to be cocky, but I could up anybody in school. You know. Uh, so it actually just made me a chill guy, bro. Like, I would see guys that would train for like 2 days, barely, and they would be bragging about it, like, oh yeah, bro, like I do boxing and shit, you know. Like if a guy like comes bragging to me, like yeah, bro, I'm a fucking boxer, bro. I used to box like a year ago, bro. Yeah, bro, I was fucking good. Like just by that, I'm like, yeah, this fool fucking sucked, you know.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like when you're so good at something, bro, you don't gotta say it, you know. Like, if people would ask me, like, I would never like tell you like I'm a fighter. Like in school, I never told them. They would find out from I don't know how, but
After you beat their ass.
But nah, I wouldn't even fight. Like because I even moved from New Mexico to California.
Oh,
and,
really?
And yeah, huh?
At what age? Like what age did you move from New
I
Mexico?
was
to Cali?
12.
Damn. And what part of California, if you don't mind me?
Santa
asking?
Rosa,
Where's that at?
by San Francisco. Bay
Oh
Area.
wow, up in the Bay.
Yeah, and
So
I didn't want to tell anybody I was a fighter because being a fighter, everybody wants to test themselves. You know, like
Yeah.
oh you fight, like oh like I'm like let's fight. You know,
Yeah.
because they want to test themselves. And then they found out.
They fucked around and found out.
Yeah, they found out, and then somebody was like, "Hey, like somebody, there was a kid, like not trying to be racist, but he was black and shit.
Yeah.
And and he was like tall and like, well, I don't know why all the black people look shredded, bro. You know?
Yeah.
So
It's great
I could see why
Yeah, it's
they
great
were all,
genetics, yeah.
everybody was scared of him. You know? So he was like, "Hey, bro, let me go bodies with you," and like it just took me like 3 seconds, you know, to drop him. And after that, everybody knew. But
Have you ever had fear, bro, by anybody? Anybody actually put a fear like, damn, I think he could fuck me up?
nah, I mean, you do get it, the adrenaline, you know, because you don't know what's going to happen. To be honest, bro, every fight, like, I could fight somebody from the street and they got, like, at least 1% chance, bro. You know, one lucky punch, you know?
Yeah,
It's only
You
a
know?
punch away, realistically.
Yeah, bro. Like, let's say fucking, like, on field and he just, you know, gets the right punch, it can be done. But, yeah, you know, like, I seen that the people that brag about it, you know, are, like, not good at it. So, it just made me a chill guy, like, confident, you know?
Yeah, what? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask. So, I mean, UFC is big everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But how is it in New Mexico? I mean, is there like a lot of MMA gyms? Like, is it big out there as well?
Nah, bro. That's why, you know, I love my parents, bro, because when I was around 11, I was already like 11, 12. I was already like the best in around that area. You know, even the adults, like those that were like 20 something, like they were stronger. It was a fair fight. They were stronger, but I was technically better. So it was like even, but I would beat them, you know?
Yeah.
So if I would have stayed there, I probably wouldn't be here today because, you know, I want to be in a room where I'm not the best, so I can still grow, you know, because I would have not grown. So that's why we moved to California, and I got to just keep getting better, you know.
That's dope. So being 20, you know, being the age that you are and going into the UFC, do you feel like it was a little bit more harder for yourself because you are the youngest? You feel like you have to like prove yourself a lot more?
Yeah, I felt like I had a lot of responsibility because not only for myself, but also for my siblings that they fight. You know, I was like, I'm trying to open the doors for them and for the young generation, bro. Because imagine I go out there, bro, I would have got knocked out in round 1. Then the next 17-year-old, bro, or the next young generation is going to be hard for them because they're going to rethink about it twice now. Like, oh, last time we signed a 17-year-old, this happened, you know?
Yeah.
But now that I was able to go out there, perform, do good, I opened the door for the younger generation. Like, oh, last time we did it for a 17-year-old, he did good, everything went good, so let's give this kid another chance.
And it's crazy, bro, to be honest, because I feel like I'm gonna be honest, growing up, I would hear about UFC, but like how drastically it's grown over the years. You know, you hear about it all the time. Like, for example, my boy, one of his favorite fighters is Chito Vera, right?
Yeah. I'm Ecuadorian, bro.
He's Ecuadorian.
So,
bro.
you know, I got to support. It's always, I always said it the other day, I said, like, you know, it's not many Ecuadorians at least putting on for us, you know, as much as other countries like, you know, Mexico or Colombia, like those type of countries have a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, you know, I got to give my respect to Chito because he's putting on for us. Also, there's one more, Marco Morales.
All that.
Yeah.
Bro. He's gonna be champ.
So, you know, yeah, I'm actually, you know, huge. But on that topic, who were some of the fighters that you would look up to in the UFC before you got in it that you were like, damn, it'd be dope, you know, maybe even go up against them one day?
I would like watching John Jones and other fighters like Khabib and shit. But I used to have like such, I mean, I still do, but even more like before, like a competitive mindset, you know, like see them as competition. So I was like not a fan of anybody, you know. So I was like, cause I was like, I don't know if I might fight them one day, and cause I would see myself at such a young age in the UFC, you know, like now I can probably fight mostly everybody, you know, like I'm like close there, so yeah, bro, I wouldn't really like.
Who would you like to fight, bro? To be honest, can I ask you that? Who would be someone you'd be like, yo, I want to put my skill sets against his skill sets, and you know, may the best man come up top.
Honestly, he's retired already, but like a dream fight, obviously, I will never happen. He's retired, but some fights that I would have loved is like Jose Aldo.
Okay.
He just retired barely, but just because young generation, old generation. Demetrius Johnson, you know, he's a beast. Yeah. So
would you? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what category you're in. Obviously, just weight classes.
35.
But would you be able to like go against like a McGregor? Obviously, McGregor's retired right now, right? If I'm mistaken, he's not in the UFC.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. I think he's in and out. Saying he's gonna come back. I don't know.
I don't think so, bro. It's just I feel like when you done it all, bro, like there's just like it's hard, you know. Like right now, I'm hungry, bro. Like I'm gonna be champ. I want to do this, I want to do that. But like McGregor, like he already was double champ. He has money, he has this, he has that. It's like right now he's chilling in a fucking Lamborghini yacht. Like why the fuck you want to fight, you know?
Yeah, how about if I'm not mistaken, like I said, there's weight classes. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with them. Right. But I think I see Brandon Morales a lot. Is that somebody that you could fight?
Brandon Moreno?
Moreno, I'm so sorry. I thought about that.
Nah, he's weight class below, you know?
Okay.
And I mean, I wouldn't like to fight him either because, you know, he's Mexican. You know, we're all representing Mexico, you know? So, yeah. And he's cool, you know?
Going back to my question, though, I was going to ask you, how does it feel, like, knowing that UFC's grown so much? Because, for example, like, back in the day when people used to go to the bars or, like, go with B-dubs and watch fights, go watch sports events, like, Real Madrid, Barcelona, but now people go to B-dubs and bars and pack out the bars any UFC fight. Yeah. So how does that feel? But that's insane, bro. I'd be going to the bar to go watch the fights now. And that wasn't a thing back in the day, at least not with me, you know?
No, yeah, it feels good, especially, like, that's why I respect McGregor, you know?
Yeah.
Because thanks to him, like, he made the sport grow a lot. Like, he was able to become bigger than the UFC. Like, some people, you ask them, like, oh, you know, what's the UFC? They don't know. But you ask them, oh, you know McGregor? They're like, oh, yeah. So I feel like we need more fighters like that, you know, that put it out there more, you know? Like me, thankfully, I've been able to put it out there in different ways too, like Carl's Jr. and shit.
Yeah, I saw that, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah,
like all those little collabs, like help me like bring other audience, you know, into the UFC. So I feel like fighters like that, you know, make the sport grow a lot for sure.
Man, what's your go-to order at Carl's Jr.?
The CHIWIWIS burger, my boy.
The CHIWIWIS burger? I don't think I've had that one yet.
It's gonna come out soon.
It's coming out soon?
It's coming, yeah.
Imagine he would have caught you something like, oh, I love that burger.
I'm honest, dude. I might not be honest to my... I might not be honest to my girls, but yeah, I'm honest when it comes to food. The CHIWIWIS burger, you gotta try it out, man. Carl's Jr.
When is that dropping?
Either I think a week before my next fight, which I don't have a fight yet. I'm trying to fight in June, but close to my fight, so you know everybody like we all celebrate with that CHIWIWIS burger.
Oh. When it comes to fighting, is it like whoever wants to go against you, or they just are they still looking for a competitor?
Yeah, like I told them I want to fight in June, so they're looking for a competitor because mostly everybody that I would like to fight like is either booked or barely fought, injured. So all that goes into play to like me being a little bit inactive, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to touch because you know Felipe said
touch
that
this one.
Felipe mentioned
he wants to touch.
this one.
I want to touch it.
Felipe wants to touch, my boy.
Right here between my legs. You want to touch it.
Felipe mentioned that the UFC has been growing a lot over the several years. I think like
think about it. We went to watch the Cheeto fight. Motherfucker left crying, bro. Motherfucker left crying.
Oh, who did he fight?
He fought O'Malley.
The two?
Yeah, the two. Yeah. He need his. But he ate it though. Yeah.
I went with him, right? Mind you, like I'm telling you, he's growing so like my boys always tell me, bro, let's hit the bar, we're gonna watch the fight, fight. And then finally my boy hit me up, he's like, hey bro, Chito Vera's fighting tonight. I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, bro, I don't know who that is, no disrespect. And he's like, gang, best fighter out of Ecuador. I said, bro, because you my dog, bro, let's go watch the fight. But we go in there, but everybody's Sean O'Malley fight. I know who Sean O'Malley is.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, Sean O'Malley's gonna beat his ass. Motherfucker, you're talking shit. Man, f you, man. Viva Ecuador. And like, it's just talking back and forth, back and forth. Bro. Like, O'Malley will get a punch and they'll be booing him like, oh. And I
was the only Ecuadorian at the bar, bro.
And I was the only one. Up, bitch. Yeah. I was like, oh, get him, Chito. I know who Chito was, but get him, Chito. And the fight ended, bro. And he had his Ecuador flag, bro. I felt so bad, bro. I've never seen my boy so down. But we walked out with our head high, so we walked out with our head high.
Head was down, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Head was down.
But look, no. Speaking of, just going back to the topic of UFC growing a lot, I see that like Jake Paul calls out the UFC a lot, especially including Dana White, for it being $1 billion company and supposedly from what he claims that the fighters are underpaid. Do you agree with it? Do you think the pay is fair in the UFC?
I think everybody gets paid almost what they deserve. You know, like. I agree with the UFC that how do you want a high check, like a big ass check when you don't bring in the numbers, Like McGregor says, the numbers talk, For some reason, McGregor, got paid, what he deserves. Cause a lot of fighters, like, I can mention like 20 fighters and you probably don't know them,
Yeah.
And how are they gonna get the same from what or close to what McGregor gets, So I feel like everybody gets paid what they deserve for sure. But yeah.
If you bring in the audience, it's like the WNBA and the NBA. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
The WNBA brings huge revenue compared to the WNBA. No disrespect to the WNBA, it's probably competitive. Any of them could dunk on my shit, but it's like based off like you bring in this amount of people, you're gonna pay that X amount of people. You know what I always say? I'm gonna quote my boy Alex Perez. He says, "Women lie, numbers lie, but the numbers don't." So you always remember that.
Wait, that's how it goes.
I think it's women lie, men lie, numbers don't.
Yeah.
What I say?
You said women lie, numbers lie.
Numbers don't.
Women lie.
Everybody's a fucking liar, my boy. Everybody's a fucking liar.
Everybody's cooking with that shit. Hey, you quoted your boy hella wrong, bro.
Hey, my boy Perez, it's women lie,
men lie,
but numbers don't.
Yeah.
I want to go back to
that shit up, make an edit.
I want to go back to the school part. I saw that you had to drop out and you went homeschool so you can train more. How old were you when you did this, and do you regret it, or do you?
Can I put a question?
Yeah.
Answer. And then, was there ever a point in time, bro, where you just thought like, you know what, but it's not even worth it anymore? Like I don't think I'm gonna do it, so I'm gonna just kind of.
For what? For school?
No, for fighting. Or was it always?
All right. So starting with school, bro. I started my senior year, like a little bit half my senior year. I was almost done. I went homeschool, bro, because school, I liked it, bro. I loved it, bro. But I was like, I gotta lock in, bro, because I'm fighting these guys that have fucking like full-time training, bro. Because when I was in school, I was just training once a day, for like 4 hours nonstop. But it's still not a lot compared to like, the UFC fighters that now it's a career, And in school, I was passing my shit, but like just copying, I would go to just mess around,
Yeah.
So I was like, instead of and I liked it, but I was like, instead of messing around over here, like in class, just talking and fucking eating chips and shit, I was like, I can fucking be, doing something better for myself, So I wanted to stay in school, but it was a better decision for me to do homeschool and then do that shit. But yeah, there was points in my career where I felt like a little unmotivated, like probably like, because I was training since I was 4, probably when I hit like 12, and then when I hit like 15, like moments here, especially like during COVID, that there was no competition, like, because competition keeps you hungry, like hell yeah, like you keep winning, but then there's no competition, so you're like, what the fuck am I training for,
Yeah.
But I just stuck to it, bro, and now I'm here,
How old were you when COVID hit, bro? If you don't mind me asking. I know you mentioned it a lot.
I was 15.
Oh, you're 15.
16.
You're like a freshman.
Yeah,
high school.
because I was going to school. I was a sophomore. sophomore.
Oh, okay.
How was were you in the wrestling team in high school at all? Or
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Oh, you were.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then senior year
Yeah,
when you
2
left
years.
and you went homeschool, I'm guessing you weren't on the team anymore, right?
Nah.
Was the
I
coach
wasn't.
like, bro, please come back, bro?
Yeah. He was telling me because I wanted to become a state champ in wrestling, bro. But and my senior year I could have, bro. But you know, I was like, I just couldn't do it.
You had your eyes on the prize, on a bigger
yeah,
prize.
on something else, bro. Because the years that I wrestled, I only wrestled 2 years, bro. I didn't have one, and the COVID year they didn't have state, you know. So I actually had a coach, but the school I was before that, bro, it was pretty much we had a supervisor. So when I went to compete in the wrestling tournaments, bro, I didn't know wrestling at all. That was like the last sport I learned. I was watching YouTube, bro, and then trying to move. So when I went into the high competition, bro, I just knew one move. But then when I got to the semifinals, the guy knew what I was gonna do already, you know. So he beat me because wrestling wasn't my shit. But after that, you know, I just started getting better.
Did you ever? I mean, everyone has a plan A in life, right? But did you
Right.
ever have like a plan B, like just in case this didn't work out the way you thought it would?
At first, I wanted to go to college, bro. You know, do business or something.
Do
you know?
business?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything went quick. You know, my how I had it planned out, bro. I wasn't gonna get to the UFC till I was 18, 19, being in college right now, you know. But everything went quick, bro. 17, so I was like, fuck, you know. I was like, I don't know, and I just went with plan A, bro. No plan B.
Well, no, thank God you stuck to plan A, and then you know, and it
no
hit.
plan B's in this shit.
No plan B's never.
No plan B's on
Especially if she's ovulating.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah.
my boy.
Don't worry.
That don't work, supposedly.
But I
That's
get
the-
strong, my boy.
Yo,
Go ahead.
what has been your most memorable? Not even just memorable, bro. What has been like the fight where you walked out and you looked all over the arena and like people were just mad hype for you?
My last fight,
Your last fight.
bro. Mexico City, the crowd is different.
Oh, it was in Mexico
Yeah,
City.
bro. The crowd is just crazy, bro. You know, it was packed. It was the biggest arena I've been in. And they're just all crazy. They don't give a like. I went to the luchas to get a little feel of the crowd. Like, bro, they all just don't give a fuck. They say whatever, you know. So that shit is lit.
Were you able to walk out with your parents and everything?
Yeah. One time, you know, my dad's always in my corner. And my mom, you know, she sat from row one time, so you know, I was able to see her right after the fight.
Yeah.
You know.
Does your mom ever tell you, like, because you know moms are super caring?
Yeah.
Do your mom ever tell you, like, yo, like, ya, mijo, ya no estés peleando, no me gusta que te lastimen?
She got used to it. I'm the youngest of 3.
Okay.
I got my sister and my 2 brothers, and then me, and we all fight, including my dad. One time we even fought in one card together, and we all won. So she's just like used to it. It's just like a family sport, you know.
That's awesome, bro. That's good to
Yeah.
have your mom like that.
What's a training day like looking for you when you, or how long is a camp usually before a fight?
Depends. I try to stay ready. Like if they called me right now and they're like, "Hey, somebody pulled out. You want to fight next weekend?" I'll be like, "Fuck it." But ideally, at least 6 weeks. 6
Okay.
hard training weeks. Cause fight week, you don't train. You chill. You just focus on the weight cut and shit. But at least 6 weeks, bro.
Do you, is it a strict diet or do you drink alcohol at all?
Nah, I don't drink or smoke,
Good shit. Good shit.
bro. Well, drink, you know, I know I wouldn't like it for sure. Smoke, I like the smell, so I feel like I would like it, but I don't want to try it. 'Cause it's like a candy, bro. You like it, you're gonna have it again and shit.
Yeah.
So I don't want to smoke and shit. But yeah, bro.
So you never had alcohol, correct?
I've tried it.
You've tried it.
I've tried it, but I didn't.
Just decided to stay
Yeah.
sober. Man, the best athletes
didn't
are
like it.
sober, bro.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
me, bro. That's why I don't drink,
Yeah.
because I think I have a chance of going pro still. I'm like, why are we laughing here? What's going on? I didn't say a joke now.
No.
Bad.
What's like what would you be like? Obviously, UFC fights go down to like endurance, stamina, cardio training. What's like your favorite way to just stay in shape or just cardio, whatever it
A
is?
lot of strength and conditioning, bro. Like circuits and shit, and swimming, bro.
Mm.
Swimming helps a lot with the wrestling and shit, bro. Like it's underrated, bro.
Are you a
'cause,
good swimmer, bro?
Not really, bro.
No,
But
okay.
that makes me push harder on the swim, so it makes me get more cardio. Cause
He's only asking because he's
I'm a swimmer, I'm
he's
a
a
swimmer.
He
swimmer.
used to
yeah?
do water polo, bro. So he's always looking
Let
for
me know
a
whenever y'all
competitor.
want to get a little training in, man. I'm ready.
no, that's hard, bro.
Yeah.
One time I was swimming for Contender Series, bro, and this fucking old lady just starts talking to me, telling me I'm swimming wrong and shit. So she gave me one of those things that you put like your hands on.
Yeah.
And she made me swim with just my feet, because I don't change my feet. I swim like this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just you gotta swim like this, like el barco. You know how it has that. Bro, my legs were fucking dead from that, bro.
What you think, Dex? You think you could teach him a little bit about swimming?
Yeah. Is this your coach right here, or is this just your boy?
That's my boy.
That's your boy?
Yeah.
You
Like,
like
he
a
a
coach
demon,
too,
bro.
though.
He a
Yeah,
demon.
you can tell, man.
He's looking at you.
Bro, put up
Bro.
275 for funsies. No, but he doesn't bench.
Yeah, man. Like, how did you guys meet? Are these your day ones, homeboys? How did y'all meet?
Yeah. So
Day 3?
Yeah, I was chilling one day, you know, they just came, you know, they're like, hey, bro, you know, I wouldn't, nah, I'm still, training, bro. I met this for training, and then, he's actually been supporting me since day one, I'm not gonna lie.
That's hard.
Because, you know, I wouldn't answer his DMs and shit, but I knew of him, you know, but I didn't know him like that, you know.
Yeah.
So, but one day, you know, I got to meet him randomly, and he's a cool guy, you know.
Yeah.
And then I looked back at the messages, bro. Since I was on the come up, he would be supporting, like, hey, bro, if you need anything, because I was fighting TJ, and he's from TJ. I like, let me know, I got you, this and that. So he's actually been there since day one. And then this my boy too. I met him. He was like, hey, bro. I work for George Masvidal, you know.
But he's a demon by the gym. My
Yeah?
boy films.
Yeah, bro.
But he a demon. But
He
looks
gets all the house.
Yeah,
All the
house.
house.
No, not the huz, but the
house.
house.
You guys only to get a room. I get the house.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. I swim, yeah. Yeah.
How do you think you got here, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm a great swimmer, bro. Yeah. What do you mean?
He got papers. He got papers. But you say you fought a lot in HK. I mean,
In HK? Motherfucker was beating that shit in HK.
You got a lot of rounds in, my boy.
No, I was trying to say a joke. I heard you fought a lot in TJ. Have you ever gone rounds at the HK arena? Nah,
Have you ever had the tacos in front of that? It's good, huh?
Yeah,
fire,
but the
bro.
tacos are fire.
If you know, you know. We'll go ahead.
Hey, you have any questions, Brandon? Since you're from Tijuana?
No. What part of TJ were you training at?
HK.
It's HK.
No, I'm kidding.
How's your favorite boxing ring?
No, I was fighting in a couple arenas over there when I was my first professional fights.
Yeah. Have you ever sparred with Brandon Moreno at all?
Yeah.
Yo, you have?
Yeah.
How was that like?
Good, bro. I was 16 years old, and then we just, you know, helped each
Did you feel like he gave you like a little tip, or you gave him a little tip and something like that?
Both. I mean, he's good at some things. What I like about training with other fighters, even I can train with like a white belt that's been training for like in, let's say, a month.
Yeah.
There's something he can teach me, like actually, like on some real shit. Like I feel like I can learn something from everybody, you know? Let's say he just got good at some fucking move that I don't even know, and all the little details matter. So he's like, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel that MMA was gonna take you where? I'm sorry, not MMA. Well, MMA and UFC. Do you feel like UFC was gonna take you to where you are now?
Nah. To be honest, no. The sport brings you a lot of shit, bro, that you don't expect.
Yeah.
Like for example, now I'm in a fucking video game, bro. The fucking Carl's Jr. And it brings also like a lot of friend relationships. You know, you meet good people along the way, bro. So you know, it brings you a lot of shit. You know.
Yeah.
What would you say your dream collab is, or like sponsorship?
My dream collab, Oreo.
Oreo. Really? You know Oreo guys?
Oreo.
You like Oreos?
Yeah,
That
bro.
shit
That's just
bro.
fire,
I love
bro.
Oreos, gang.
I love stuffing my girl like an Oreo.
Hell yeah.
Nah, that wasn't it. I'm messing today. I was just shut the fuck up. Nah, but he said, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, my boy. My boy's a freak.
No, he's just horny, bro. He's just always
Horny all the
fucking
time,
horny.
24/7,
I'm
bro.
gonna have good tests. Now I'm gonna have good tests.
You gotta euthanize a motherfucker.
Hey, bro, so my boy. So there's honey packs at the PI, right?
At the what?
At the PI, UFC Performance Institute.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Is
facility
it
for
the
UFC
one right there in
fighters.
Vegas? Like
Yeah,
yeah,
that one.
Wait, I'm so sorry. They have honey packs in there?
But energy honey packs.
Energy.
Energy honey packs. Oh, I
Energy.
didn't know they even had those.
Okay, so that's all I knew about too. I didn't know about the honey packs.
Oh,
But I learned from them at a party. I didn't take it, but I I saw people taking honey packs, and I was like, what the fuck are they taking honey packs? You know,
Yeah,
for
because
what?
you thought it was energy.
Energy, yeah. Because
Like,
those make you want to
energy?
run and shit. I was
Yeah.
like, at a party, honey pack. I was like, that's weird. But my homie, bro, he works with George Masvidal, you know. So
You the one on the honey packs, huh?
So, bro, I guess that fool gave him a honey pack, and this fool thought it was. He was like, "Oh yeah, in a bit, I'm gonna go on a run and shit." And he was in the room, and he was like, "Bro," he calls George Masvidal, I guess, and he's like, "Bro, what the fuck is happening to me, bro? Like, I don't know, I want to jerk off or not. Like, like, what the fuck do I do?" Yeah,
You just
bro.
gotta beat your meat, bro, and they'll calm down.
I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I was like, on.
Yeah.
This guy like, bro, what do I do? I don't want to run anymore. You know what I'm saying?
You want to run through them hoes?
With the house.
Yo, I think we have.
We don't have it right now.
We
but
used
we
to
can
have-
try.
On a full pod.
We
my
used
boy.
to have them on
Actually,
deck.
I do have some in the car.
I
Cap.
swear, yeah.
Yeah,
We
we
actually take them.
I swear.
No, yeah, bro. You know what's
Cat.
funny? So funny enough,
like a
every
daily
no, I'm not
vitamin.
capping. I swear. So it's funny enough. Every time we have like an event, a meet and greet, or anything, like there's 3 things that people always bring us, and that's a shit ton of honey packs, buzz balls, and rhinos, bro. So I have
Actually,
a
matter of
box.
fact, so I don't know if you saw the logo, bro.
That's the freaky pack.
So this is the buzz ball.
Yeah,
That's the honey pack, and this is a
that's the
rhino pill.
right there.
Oh shit.
So,
Yeah.
That's the logo.
So that's literally every time we go to events, someone runs into it.
Stop taking it because by the age of like 30,
yeah,
No,
my shit gonna work.
that's when you upgrade to Viagra or Cialis. you gotta go to TJ,
You
pick
gotta
them
teach it
up.
for that one, huh?
There you go, bro.
Cialis?
That's why you gotta always keep going and going.
There's always a solution. You
There's
feel
always
me?
a solution to this.
Homeboy
We
in the
going
back
round?
seat.
We
Yeah.
going round on jerk mates?
You guys can't hear. You guys can't hear the background, but he's saying, "Let's have a competition of who goes up first." We're real quick.
Crazy. No, but I do have some. I'll probably right now once we're done. I'll bring it for your guys' podcast.
Yeah, yeah, we can pop it.
Pop
it.
Maybe pop it before your next fight, bro. And then
yeah.
you never know.
Oh fuck.
It's
Imagine
fucking
if I
hard
get-
everywhere.
Bro,
Imagine.
yo, have you guys ever seen that one clip that I went viral of like it's like they're fighting in the UFC whatever, and I don't know if it's real or not, but like they're grappling and the guy just starts punching the other guy.
He's like flicking it. He's flicking it, and then the guy goes
No
like
way,
this.
I gotta see
Boom,
this.
Boom, and he punches the.
And just hitting him with.
No
Oh,
way.
like
But he's actually like doing it, or is
no,
he
he's
like?
not-
No,
bumping.
you know when you
Like
when
he's
you tell your
jumping
girl,
up?
you know when you tell your girl when you go like this, look, and
Oh, it's like a trick.
yeah, he's doing
Like
it.
that.
And then the fighter,
Cat.
he noticed what he's doing, and he just punches the dick twice, getting his stomp.
Yeah.
No
it's
way,
just
I gotta
crazy.
pull this up. Hold on. Just what do I put?
wait,
Just
a
put-
UFC fight or a street fight?
No, it's a UFC
I
fight.
don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
if
it
it's
looks-
UFC. It's MMA for sure.
MMA,
It's in the
oh.
ring. It's in the ring.
I just
Bro, look at this. Yeah, bro, you know what? Bro, you know what I'm fucking searching up? UFC fighter is hitting.
Damn, bro.
This gotta get freaky. Is it this one?
I think it might be that one. No?
This one?
helicopter.
Hold on.
Yo, while I pull this up, I actually have a question. You've probably been asked this a million fucking times, bro. But why CHIWIWIS? Where did that come from?
Just f***ing around with the homie, bro. You
Yeah.
know, it came. He started saying it, so it's catchy, you know.
Who was
And-
it? Who's a homie?
Carlos, the homie Carlos.
Okay.
And then, cause I went to train at a mountain in Mexico City, bro, for the altitude to get used to it. There was no service, bro, no people, nothing, bro.
No bitches.
Wait,
no hush,
when
no
you
hush.
when you said Chiwiwi, like did you ever expect the hype?
No,
Like,
no.
You,
And I-
you were like were you like if it hits, it hits. If
No,
it
I
doesn't,
didn't
You know
even
what
mean
I
to
thought?
say it.
I thought it was like a battle cry. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like you know, like when the Aztec, the conquistadors.
Oh yeah.
Like
this
I
is
run in
some
there,
shit.
hype. If,
Yeah.
if my dog just said that, Chiwi, I mean, gang, I'll be high, gang. I'm like, matarlos.
But I didn't mean to say it, bro. But I got used to it. So in the moment I said it, and I was like even in my head, I was like I couldn't go back.
Wait,
there,
you said
know?
it at a fight? Like after
But
a
is that
fight?
after you
After a
won?
fight, after I won, and they're like, Raul Rosas Jr., how does this make you feel? And I was like, Chiwi. but then I was like I was a little embarrassed, like, oh, but I was like, you know, I was like, nobody's gonna know what it is.
Who gonna stop you? You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
I get
Wait,
some cuadra.
so right afterwards, it was just like you got clipped and it went viral.
Yeah, they started asking, so what was that? And I explained like, oh, it's like a word of like expression, you know, like
Yeah.
a woo.
Oh.
And I was like, all right, that's it. And the next day I wake up, bro, that's all over the internet. Everybody, I was like, oh, fuck it.
And then you just chiwi.
Yeah, so I stuck to it, bro. I was
You gotta
like,
make
fuck
shirts,
it.
bro. You gotta make something with that, bro. That
Yeah.
should go crazy.
How does that feel, man?
So you just
Yeah.
so you just had no, because you were like thinking,
Mind
right?
you, he hyped
Yeah,
it
yeah.
up, gang. He said, yo, Raul Rosas, how do you feel?
Yeah. Yeah, like you were like, it's
Nah,
like,
I feel like you're trying to get an edit in. You're trying to get an edit
it
in.
was like a 5-second thought. Like, what were you like? We're like, how the f do I
What
answer
were you
this?
thinking? Like, should I say it? Should I not? Like,
No,
Or you just-
I was just catching my breath because I was a little tired. So I was breathing and I was hearing the question and I was just like, Chiwi.
That's actually dope. Yo, this is the clip that we're talking about. Supposedly, there's you can see. What the fuck?
Oh, okay.
so look at the.
Hold on. You're about to see it.
Look.
You see it? I know there's a little bit of glare.
Yeah,
He topped pretty much.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he's tapping, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I guess he was just tapping him with his bro. That's a that.
I think that's a shorts fluttering.
That.
Nah.
That shit like
Hey,
a dolphin
this one
tail.
wants to see it again, boy.
Just say you want to see it again, bro.
He said tap.
Send him a link, bro.
I'll send you the link, bro. Well, hey,
look
look
at it,
closely.
though. Look at it closely. Real shit.
Look closely.
Look. Boom. Nah, gang, he flicking his
Yeah, he's flicking that shit, bro. Is that a new move?
I mean, he's black, so it could be.
Like, how the fuck you been trained for that?
Nah, I be doing it. You do that. Like he said, bro. You never do that with your girl, like tricks. Like, oh, look at
Yeah,
this.
like look, babe, and you just boop. Nah,
Let me
You can
see.
slap her too. You can slap her with that shit. Like,
Yeah. I ain't got enough for that, but yeah, man. I'ma keep it on. I ain't got enough for that.
Yeah, me either. That's why.
Are you living in Vegas, right?
Yeah,
How you like it out there, bro? It's hot as f. in the
it
summer,
is
huh?
hot as bro. But there's a lot. I call it like the city of opportunities, bro. You know, like there's a lot of opportunities out there. So that's why I live over there.
Lot of-
We're going.
No, I was just gonna say some bullshit. A lot of opportunities to lose all your money, bro. In Vegas, be
We know the
hauling.
age too.
Oh, you
Yeah,
haven't
you can't-
gambled
you
yet.
can't gamble. Yeah.
Don't gamble, bro. It's not good for you, bro.
Yeah. Are you thinking of staying there? Do you want to move to LA, bro? Like you want?
I want to come
New
back to
Mexico?
Cali after I'm done with my career, bro.
Okay,
But
fine.
right now, I want to stay there till I'm done with my career.
Do you think being in Las Vegas, like obviously how you said it's hot, there's a lot of opportunity, it like grounds you and makes you grind more? Because yes, Las Vegas, everybody knows Nevada as Las Vegas, but realistically, if you're not on the Strip, it's a regular city. Would you-
It's a
would you not
regular
say that?
city. And I don't even touch the strip, you know.
Yeah.
When you live there, you're just living like your normal life, bro. It's different going. I realize it's different going to a place as a trip than than living there, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
But and especially like what helps me is that I'm not 21, so I can't do shit even if I wanted to, you know. So
Bless
it
you.
helps me like stay locked in, bro. You know, I can't go to the club. I can't go see the house. You know.
By the way, guys,
You know what I mean?
gonna leave it like that?
By the way, guys, if you didn't know what the house is my boy right here, man. Film. Shout out my dog, Film, man. Pop up with the Instagram right here, bro. We're talking about like, he pulls up to zoo, right? He's like, bro, there's no house. I'm like, what are you talking about, King? There's a house down the street. He's like, nah, but there's no house. And he's like, oh, he's trying to say hose. I'm like, oh,
The
hose.
hose.
Hose. I'm like, it's hose. And he goes like this. He says hose kind of good, right? I'm like, oh, you call him the huz? And that's when he said that shit, and he said the house again. I was like, but you know, what, just leave it, bro. Just leave it.
Hey, house is the new one, bro.
Like
We'll
that.
change it up
House.
just for you, bro.
I thought you were talking about the housing crisis right now.
Where the house is at, man?
Yeah.
Where the house is? I'm gonna start
I'm
pulling
the
up.
new real estate guy.
Yeah.
Getting this bitch. Right.
What is it? Film?
Films that come
Film.
from.
Rose State Films. That's the new one.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah, we got
What's
you.
your name?
Diego. Pero me llama Merga Larga.
Man, you say you're gonna
Oh.
do the trick, so.
I'm live. I'm bullshitting. What's like you said, McGregor? You know, he became bigger than the UFC name.
Yeah.
Do you eventually want to get into movies, or what's the long run goals for you?
I would love to do a movie, bro. Just all that shit, you know, like
Why you laugh, King?
why you laughing, my boy? What the fuck?
Why you laughing, bro?
Say it.
Can he act?
Say it.
Can he
Say
act?
it. Say it.
No, he could act for sure, but I mean, like when you said movie, I thought of porn because my boy always Ask him how big his dick is.
What?
Nah, yeah, he claimed.
Wait.
He claimed nine.
It's a valid
Hold
question.
on. Hold on.
Hold on.
fuck on.
Before this shit gets clipped incorrectly.
Bro.
Okay, I would be down to do a scene, my
Before
boy.
he answers, all I want to say, he's flaco, desnalgado. I'm going to leave it at. You can finish the saying.
Look. We've never asked this question before on a podcast, but Brandon, do the honors.
Hold on.
It's him.
But this is Intoxicado podcast. I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll ask him.
Go ahead.
I'll be man enough to ask him.
Ask Chiwiwis the question.
Raul
How big is
Rosas
the
Jr.,
Chiwiwis?
the problem child. How big is your dick?
9 inches, my boy. I got black dude status, my boy.
Who claims this? Though?
Hey.
Is this
true?
Is this
bro?
proof?
Honestly, bro, like I'm tired of hearing this, bro. Like, I mean, he says it's 9 all the time, right? And I'm to the point where it's like he's got to show me at this point.
Bro, real shit.
This was
Like,
homie shit, though.
picture it never happened.
Like,
Hey, yo.
I mean, I've seen his print, right? Like, I've seen the print in the chones all the
You're
time.
dead.
Does it make sense to what he's saying?
No.
it's not adding up.
Maybe
Maybe
you're
the grower.
you're
It's a
a
grower,
grower.
not a
You're a
shower.
grower.
I'm
Wait,
a
are
grower.
you a grower or
Yeah,
shower?
I'm a grower, not a shower, my boy.
It's like what he said earlier. Remember how you said, like, you don't tell people that you're a fighter because then people want to test you.
Yeah.
Just kind of like that. Same shit.
But I will say I kind of believe that it's in the realm. I wouldn't say 9, but it's for sure like
A 7, 8?
I mean, I feel like 7's a good, like 7 3/4 is like.
What the fuck are we doing here, man?
7 3/4.
But take a guess.
He has a great size.
What the
How do you
fuck are we
feel about
asking
the ones
right
that?
now? We just met him.
want to know.
Bro, we just met him today. We asking him
No.
his dick size.
He told me
this
at
is
the
a valid
gym.
question, though. This is a valid question. Yeah.
You ever go around and just share that stat with, like, girls?
Yes.
Yeah.
You be sharing that shit? What's up? My name is Chiwiwis. I have a
saying you
9-inch
wouldn't?
cock.
Let me introduce myself.
My name is.
Gang, even if it was 5, I would just walk around bragging about that shit. Now imagine 9.
That hard, though. Pause.
Yo, this is getting freaky, my boy.
Yeah, man. What do you think about the economic crisis? I'm kidding, bro.
Obviously, I would say you're a successful individual. How does it feel? Like how you say you can't date. You like obviously you could date, but you can't be there all the time. You can't. You travel. You're in and out. You know, training takes a lot of your time. How does it feel for maybe someone out there, in a relationship that's holding them back? What would you have to say to that? Because I feel like if your girl isn't helping you grow, like if she doesn't understand your lifestyle in the sense that you got to train, you got to be in and out. Sometimes you might be doing stuff that she might not like. How would you explain it to some younger individual?
It's sad, bro. Like I've seen a lot of potential go to waste because of their boyfriends or girlfriends. Yeah. Like a lot of potential. Like they were so good at something, and then like I've seen, and then like I see them years later, I'm like, wait, what happened? Oh, it's just I got a boyfriend. He didn't want me doing it. Or oh, it's just I got a girlfriend and she wanted me to do something else. I'm like, what the fuck?
Bro, did my boy tell you about how he got in a street fight, and he beat up 3 guys. One of them broke his arm.
Look at that scar right there, bro.
Right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
bro. They try to take my shoes, bro. And I tell him, bro, you
I-
take
What
my
shoes?
life before I take my shoes.
Yeah, what's it called? The guy went up to me, he said, "What size are those?" And my boy replied, "These my size." And then three guys jumped in, broke his arm.
Yeah. No,
Bro.
I'm just kidding, bro. My grandma broke my
His
Bro, his
grandma.
grandma broke his arm, gang.
What the fuck? How?
Yeah, bro. Some shit went down at the house, bro. Grandma's an OG, bro. She started swinging because she doesn't take disrespect. She started swinging and shit.
She ain't playing
Yeah, bro.
around.
She's from Tijuana too, bro. So
We might have to
she
get
got
in the
hot.
UFC, gang.
Yeah,
Bro, it's that old people string, bro. Like it's that all the Herbalife they've been drinking throughout the years, bro. That shit just
The
catches up to
Herbalife
them,
is
bro.
crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know. Some shit went down, bro. I try to settle de-escalate the situation. Try to pick her up to put her like on the couch, bro,
Pick her up.
so she could chill. And then, boom, my arm just fucking snapped in half.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was painful.
Chiwiwis, what's the routine fight night? Big ass fight you got coming. I mean, whenever you fight, right? What's the routine? How do you wake up? How do you prep? What music do you listen to? What food do you eat?
I wake up, bro. I pray. Everything goes good. More than anything, I always pray. I come back home the same way I step in. Because you never know. I can, get hit on the back of the head or something. I eat a meal prep, you know, some pancakes in the morning, some protein, some nice little steak, pasta. You know, I beat my meat. I'm still.
I heard that drains the energy, bro. I heard.
No, bro. Honestly,
no funny shit. Like how
Bro.
long before the fight do you stop sexual contact? Is that like a real thing? I know some
3 to
athletes
4 weeks.
Wow.
no
No
jacking
fucking,
off,
bro.
no nothing.
No.
You're on like semen retention
probably-
type
It
shit.
makes
I
me
probably
feel
go
like
to the
a
fight blind.
It makes me feel like a fucking maniac, bro. You
Yeah.
know, like
Wait, real shit. That's 3 to 4 weeks.
yeah, no
That's
bullshit.
you personally.
No, yeah.
But is that
Bro.
preferably like
Bro.
should people
Recommended.
be doing that? Recommend? Is that recommended?
Yeah. It just makes you feel like fucking like without the testosterone, bro.
Testosterone,
When
yeah.
fucking throw somebody through a fucking
Putazo,
wall and shit,
yeah.
bro. But like fucking before a fight, bro, hell no, bro.
No,
Like,
no,
that
no.
shit makes you feel like weak, bro. Your legs and shit.
You tried it.
Yeah.
But you still won the fight though.
No,
You just
not in fight, but like you know, like you can try it out training. Like
yeah.
like you can go fuck right now and then tomorrow try to work out and you'll feel it. You know.
Yeah.
You'll
Those
know.
deslechado.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, it be like that.
That's true.
But after the fight, it's fucking raps. It's fucking raps.
Was headphones in music right before a fight? Was
I
something you
actually
hit?
don't listen to music, bro. Like much, even before a fight. Like I like to hear like I don't know, like the crowd and shit. Like
Yeah.
before a fight, I'll tune into the fights, bro, and I'll just be watching the fights and shit. Like if I'm not even fighting, cause I'm like, oh, shit, I'm about to be soon, you know.
Yeah.
And then I get to the arena and I'm just hearing the crowd. I'm just hearing everything. So it's just I like to feel the energy, you know.
How is that, bro? Like walking into the arena, you know, you're one of the main events, and you're in the stage, and everybody's looking at you. Like, do you cancel out the noise? Can you
Yeah.
hear the people? Like walking up, can you hear the people? And then when you get into the ring, can you still hear them, or no? It just kind of goes mute, and you're just focusing on you against your other opponent.
It goes mute, bro. But for a certain amount of time, like they'll like I can hear them and shit. Like even for my debut, bro, I was walking out, I was shaking hands with everybody, but for some reason I made eye contact with this guy, bro, because he was reaching so much that I just made eye contact, and he was like, "Gee, you're gonna lose." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Why you shaking my hand?"
Shit
man?"
threw you off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it threw me off.
So you
man.
try not to make eye contact.
And he had he had a beard and shit. And then one time too for my second fight in the UFC, I wasn't locked in, bro. I was like giving too much into the crowd and shit, like just enjoying all that shit, bro. And fucking like a little party and shit, bro. And out of nowhere, like everything went by it goes by so quick, bro. Like I'm like vibing with all the people and shit. And then there's nobody in the cage, just me and the opponent. And the referee's like, "You ready? You ready?" And I'm like, "Fuck," you know.
You gotta snap.
I was
back.
like, nah. I was like somewhere else, and I was like, and yeah, bro, that cost me that fight. But so now I stay locked in, you know.
100%.
But even in my last my last fight, it was so packed, but that crowd was so loud, bro.
Yeah.
Like so loud, they wouldn't stay. In Mexico, they have so many chants,
Yeah.
you know. So hearing them like this, it's hard for me like if you're talking to me to not look at you. So it felt like they were right in my ear, so it made me look up to the crowd for a moment. And then the guy threw a jab, and I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta lock in." But
Yeah.
like it can distract you a little bit.
Yeah. Yo,
For
obviously as a fighter, you get a lot of love, bro. But I'm sure you also get a lot of hate. Like, have you ever like ran into like a crazy encounter with like a supporter, a fan? Like they just talk to you?
Nah, actually, I've never had no weird interaction with the fan and shit.
Yeah.
Only one time, little weird and shit. He was like, he came up, but he was drunk too.
Yeah.
It's just drunk people are
100%.
different. He was like, "Oh, how much did you watch?" And I was like, "Oh, like I don't know, bro." And he was like, "How much do you get paid?" And I was just looking at him, and he was like, "How much is your chain?" And then I was like, just tripped out looking at him. And then a girl that I trained with was like, "None of your business," you know. And he was like, "Shut the fuck up, I'm not talking to you." And that's when I got mad. I was like, hey, watch out how you're talking, bro. And then I was like, just get the fuck out of here, bro. And then he just walked away. But yeah, bro.
Yeah,
That was the
nothing
only
too
way.
crazy.
Yeah, nothing too
Man,
crazy.
so we've been hearing about, you before going into the ring and everything, but Like, what about once like you're done with a big fight? Like, what is something that you do? Do you go on a vacation?
I'm still.
I don't think he's joking, man. I don't think he's joking. I don't think he's joking.
No, I'm kidding. I'm
Realistically,
kidding.
bro, you gotta be honest. Like, if us you somehow were UFC fighters, you know for a fact that that's what you'd want after game.
Yeah. How do you celebrate?
How do I celebrate? I honestly with the family, bro.
Yeah.
You know, with the family, with the boys, with the team. Cause it's like the people only see me, but it takes a whole team effort. You know, training partners, family, like a lot goes into camp. Like the people only see us for like 15 minutes at the most, but they don't see like the fucking 6 weeks that we go through. You know,
Preparations,
the
and everything.
preparation, the weight cut, everything. You know, so just with the fam, cause I'm 20, bro. I can't do shit. You know.
Yeah.
No, but it's a beautiful thing, bro.
Just
You're going back to the family.
Yeah, no, and it's cool. Like, just have a little nice dinner and go to sleep, wake up the next day, and be back to normal life.
How long do you how long is the expectant like time for someone to be in the UFC? Up to what age is usually the age that people go in there and retire?
Between 25 to 32 is like
Okay.
what they say ideally is.
What do you think your time is in there?
I want to retire when I'm 25.
25.
Yeah.
5 more years.
Yeah, 5 more years.
And then after that, what do you think will be like do you want to be a coach? Do you want to be open up a gym?
You gained the 9 inches, bro. You gotta show it to the world.
I gotta show it to the world, my boy.
Yeah, you bring a lot of views to the hub for sure, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Sex Mex too, especially how.
Oh my God,
Sex
sex
must-
is elite.
Yeah, hard.
You gotta support the boys.
Nah,
Yeah, I
just
gotta support the
though.
boys.
We'll
yeah,
watch
right?
it,
Support your
support.
homie.
You guys wouldn't watch the care.
And then
That's
he's
my
like,
boy.
Yeah, we got the
Oh,
casting couch right
hell
here,
yeah,
bro.
it's ready, my boy.
So, do you want to open up your own UFC gym at one point, or trainer, coach? What do you want to do after?
I do, bro, but yeah, whenever I'm ready though, you know, because I don't want to just open up a gym, bro, and be gone, and then just have fighters coming out of there and losing, bro. It's gonna be like, damn, his gym sucks, you know. I want to actually put effort into it, be there, training them, and because coaching is a big ass responsibility, bro. Like, it doesn't seem hard, bro, but it's hard because I feel like everything in life is hard, like coaching, fighter, or whatever you do. You gotta put effort into it. Cause I become like a little coach with my brothers and to help them out for their camp too. And like you gotta wake up at like 6 a.m. to go on a run with them. You gotta, or at least be there, you know, on the run. Make sure they're doing it and shit. You gotta a lot of shit, bro.
How much do you run, bro? Often, like for camp, do you know? Like, I know you grapple
5
and
miles.
It's just like
Up here.
just fuck it, 5 miles on go first.
Yeah.
First thing.
Yeah, 5 miles uphill on a Friday, or I do 4 laps sprints. Sprint the whole lap, rest for 30 seconds, sprint like 4 times, and then a lot of sprints and shit. So a lot of those.
That's insane, bro. That's a lot of like cardiovascular
Yeah,
movements. It's crazy. Another thing I wanted to ask you about is your cauliflower years.
Yeah.
Do you ever plan on getting rid of? I know it's like, especially in the fighting world, it's like respecting like these are mine. I earned them. Like when did you first get your first cauliflower year? And also before you answer, that's a big sign, guys. If you're ever at the bar and you have too many drinks and you see cauliflower years, do not test this shit.
Don't test the jaw.
Yeah, I was 14 when I got it, bro. But that shit hurts, bro. Like a big ass fucking bubble comes out, like blood, and then you gotta drain it with the needle. They gotta take the blood out, and that's why it's like a pop. It looks like a pop balloon, you know?
Yeah.
Like I had to drain mine 15 times because you gotta let it rest. So like they barely drained it, so it was fresh, and then I would train, so it would swollen back up, you know?
Even then, you were like, I still want to do this.
Yeah, bro, but like that shit pissed me off because like they touch it and it feels like it's burning your whole ear. Like it just pisses you off, bro.
No one ever. I don't know if I asked you this already, but no one ever tests you like when you step out, like because they know you're a fighter, bro.
Yeah.
Like, people always want to. Like,
Well, now
test
they
you.
know you're a fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now they
yeah.
know you're a fighter. But then even now, like, do people ever come up to you, be like, "Yo, what's up? This and this"?
Nah, never.
Not at all?
I've never gotten an interaction like that, bro.
That's good. Yeah, bro. I mean, you gotta stay away from those cauliflower ears, bro.
I wanted to. Fuck, I was gonna ask you. Okay, 25. You said you wanted to retire, right?
Yeah.
Do you see? Because I'm 25, bro, and when I was 20,
Damn.
Fire retire.
No, so do you see do you think 25 is do you see it as like an old age in your eyes? You're 20 right now and stuff like that, but what if at 25 you're at the peak of your career? And
I see it as a young age, but like I said, for example, my dream, bro, my next dream is to become the youngest UFC champion. The record is 23, so God willing, I break it. It's gonna be before 23, so let's say 22. 22, I still got 3 more years, defend the belt a couple times, and by 25, let's say I did all that, then what am I fighting for now? You know, unless there's something motivational, but if I just I don't want to fight just to fight, because then that's why it's hard for McGregor, you know, because he's fighting people that want it when he already had it, so it's like he doesn't really want it anymore. So that makes the difference. It's not that they're better than him, but at the moment they're just more hungry for it, you know.
Yeah.
So I think I want to just exit at the right time, you know, because I don't want to be getting beat up for fun, you know.
I see you mentioned Conor McGregor a lot. Obviously, he's from what it looks like, he's like a great role model for you, for you. Is that like a goal of yours to surpass him in the world known name, you know, recognition level, or even I know he's like, you know, one of the most paid athletes in the world up there with Ronaldo and Messi. Do you want to be on that list with him?
Yeah, no, for sure. I do want to break a lot of his records, but that's why I look up to him and a lot of people that set these records, like John Jones, that he was a young champion at 23, because that makes me challenge myself, you know. Because if this record was in here, then I don't know what I would be doing, you know. I'd be taking my time and shit. So people like that too, like McGregor, he said that he was gonna do something and did it. I respect that, you know. So I have a lot of respect for him for all that shit.
Right, records are set to be broken, bro.
Yeah,
hopefully that you're we're gonna support you, bro, because bro, we're Hispanics, dog. And,
hell yeah,
bro. If you put on for Mexico and you put on for the rest of the Latinos, Hispanics in the world, bro, you're gonna be a fucking huge inspiration to a lot of the younger cats, the new upcoming, and you got my props, bro. You got our support at least, bro. Hell yeah, we're supporting you.
That, bro.
Bro, do you have any words of advice? Any something you want to give to anyone that might be watching that wants to get into your career, or just anyone that supports you?
I think my biggest thing is that is you versus you. You know, I feel like a lot of people. I mean, it's good to compare yourselves here and there. You know, in a good way. But I feel like a lot of people, let's just say for example, me and you both started a podcast at the same time. And then, or let's say you even started before, and then mine blows up way more. Yeah. But it's like God. I just feel like God has a plan for every single one of us, and it's different, you know. And sometimes that's where jealousy comes, hate comes. Like, oh, how the fuck is he there when I started before? And they just get stuck there, you know.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like everybody has different career paths. Like me and my brothers are all the same level in fighting, you know. But right now, I'm in the UFC and they're not. That's the only difference. But we're in the same level. But if they were to be like, oh, like, why is he there and shit? But I just say focus on yourself, and yourself is your biggest competition, you know?
100%.
Your time will come.
Yeah.
In God's time, you can't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 30th, you know?
Chapter 20.
Whatever, bro. My God.
The quote, man. You're doing you're hoeing the people.
I'm adding the quotes.
Yeah, you're just adding to the quotes, bro.
Putting a twist to it.
That's gonna be a wrap from me. Any words that your boys want to say to Chiwi?
Nah, bro. I just want to say thank you so much for coming out, bro. I know we're doing our pod after. By the way, shout out to pod, bro. What's your pod, bro?
My pod is the boys, you know. The pod with the boys.
The heart.
Yeah.
Nah, but I just want to say thank you so much for coming out, bro. You know, spending time with us, not breaking my arm. But you didn't Sean Strickland my shit, you feel me? Just be try-harding, bro. But with that being said, bro, I really appreciate you, bro. And
bro, appreciate you.
Can't wait to see your next fight, bro. Hopefully we're there.
We'll be supporting.
I don't know about rings.
100%.
We're there, though. Hopefully we're there supporting. And bro, I can't wait to see all the accomplishments you're gonna do, bro.
Thank
And
you,
this,
bro.
I'm speaking into existence, man. The youngest UFC champion in the world.
Amen.
Amen
to that. Oh, and then myself, thank you guys. Thank to all the boys, to you, bro, for taking time out of your day and joining us, bro. And most importantly, thank you for putting up for the Hispanics, bro. Thank you for sharing your past as well, and you know, your humble beginnings to where you are now, bro. And I wish you nothing but the best.
Thanks, bro.
It's not even all about luck. It's about the dedication, the commitment that you have, and the hustle. So keep grinding, bro, and many blessings to you and your family, bro. let's get this championship, man.
Let's
With that
go.
being said, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I love you guys so much. Many blessings y con mucho amor.
Happy Money Making Monday.
Peace.